going on, my YouTube people and world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. Appreciate all you guys for tuning into the channel today. You can also just call me Juice as well. That is my nickname. Like I said, appreciate you guys for watching today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you're rocking with your boy. It really helped me. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. Do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day on this channel if I can. Alright, hot take today. The Cowboys need to look into trading Ezekiel Elliott. Yes, I understand it. It's a hot take. I get it. But they need to look into trading Ezekiel Elliott. This is what this video is going to be focused on today. Okay. So look, obviously Ezekiel Elliott with 2 years out of his contract. 2 years out. He doesn't need to get paid till 2 more years. He's holding out already, and it's been about 6-7 days of him holding out, and I've come to the conclusion that the Cowboys, not saying you need to trade him right away, but they should definitely at least consider trading Ezekiel Elliott, and I'll explain to you why. Now look, it honestly kind of boils down to, what the Cowboys value. Do they want to, potentially just become a Super Bowl contender these next 2, maybe 3 years, okay? Or do they want to long-term maximize their chances of winning a Super Bowl, okay? That's really what it comes down to, okay? Now for me, I want the long-term stuff, maybe. Look, the Cowboys this year, they're Super Bowl contenders. I already have them winning close to 11 or 12 games this year. I've done a record prediction for the Cowboys. I think they can win right now, okay? So, if you want your window to be about 2 years or so, that's fine. But either way, look, the fact is, and Jerry Jones actually came out in the media and said it recently, you don't need a star running back to win a Super Bowl. And Ezekiel Elliott, as far as I'm concerned, he's cutting him in line. Okay, he's kind of cutting in line. Dak Prescott, he's due for a contract after this season. Amari Cooper is due for a contract before him. Okay, you got players like Byron Jones, Jalen Smith that you're going to have to pay eventually. You're going to eventually have to pay, what's his name, Leighton Vander Esch. Okay, so again, Ezekiel Elliott, the fact that, now I'm going to say this right now, Ezekiel Elliott is the best running back in football to me. He's either the first or second best running back. It's him and Saquon Barkley to me. They're both 1A and 1B. Ezekiel Elliott obviously doing it for many, many years, and he's pretty much more valuable to that team. And I think he's better at running in between the tackles. So for now, at least we'll just give Ezekiel Elliott the best running back in football title. Okay, the guy's proven it on the field. I love him. I'm not an Ezekiel Elliott hater. Y'all know how I feel about the Cowboys, but again, I'm an Ohio State fan. I love Ezekiel Elliott. I hope he gets paid. And look, I don't fault players for wanting to take money. I really don't, because your career in football could end in one place. I don't fault Ezekiel Elliott for wanting to get that bag. But again, like I said, Jerry Jones actually said in the media, you don't need a star running back to win a Super Bowl. You just don't, okay? What you need to win a Super Bowl is you need a quarterback. Look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have a ton of elite players on defense. What have they done? The Jacksonville Jaguars cannot win a Super Bowl because they have Blake Bortles at quarterback, okay? Well, they had Blake Bortles. Now they got Nick Foles. But again, I don't think Nick Foles is quite the answer. The Texans, until they got Deshaun Watson, they were underperforming in the playoffs. You want to know why? Because Matt Schaub was their quarterback. The Broncos have been an epic quarterback since Peyton Manning. The Tennessee Titans, the only thing holding them back is the quarterback. Marcus Mariota needs to start producing. The Miami Dolphins, when's the last time they've been good? Probably when they had Dan Marino, a very good quarterback. Buffalo Bills, irrelevant. Needed a quarterback. Vikings, historically, irrelevant. Need a good quarterback. Jets needed a good quarterback. So, again, now look, it's hard to find serviceable quarterback play in the league. Now, quarterbacks are better than they've ever been. I really truly believe this is one of the golden ages of quarterbacks, because quarterbacks, first round picks of the quarterback position, they've never been better coming out of college, okay? But look, at least you found something in Dak Prescott. Look, I'm going to be the first to say right now, Dak Prescott, nowhere close to an elite guy. But Dak Prescott, if anything, he's very, very good. And what he's done, he's won you games over the past couple years. He's won the division twice in the past 3 seasons. This is a guy that has the highest career completion percentage for a player as far as quarterbacks go for their first 3 seasons in the league, okay? The guy has won the second most games over a 3-year span since Tom Brady, okay? Tom Brady, the only guy that has more wins than Dak Prescott over this 3-year stretch of games throughout his career since he's entered the league, okay? So, don't try to trade Dak Prescott and, re-sign Ezekiel Elliott, because it's hard to find a good quarterback, okay? You don't want to start over at quarterback, okay? But you also need an excellent defense to win a Super Bowl. There have been only 4 teams since 1996 have won a Super Bowl without a top 20 defense, okay? You need defenses, okay? You need those great pass rushers, DeMarcus Lawrence, okay? You need those great quarterbacks, Byron Jones. You need the great linebackers. You need speed at the linebacker and perimeter positions, okay? You got Jalen Smith, obviously, and Leighton Vander Esch, the best duo of linebackers in the National Football League to me, as far as I'm concerned. I want to keep those guys together, okay? And then another thing, as far as the teams that made the AFC and NFC championship game, guys, okay, you got the Chiefs, you got the Patriots, you got the Saints, and you got the Rams. What all did they have? Elite offensive line play. So again, you need a quarterback, you need a defense, and you need an offensive line. That's the three components to me as far as they go of units of football that you need in order to win a Super Bowl. Now, obviously, you want to have a very good running game, okay? But, you know, your running game is as good as your offensive line. Now, I said it right here, right now. Ezekiel Elliott, one of the top 2 running backs in football, okay? I'm going to say it right now. There's about 8 transcendent-type running backs in the league. Ezekiel Elliott is near the top of those guys. You know, most running backs are pretty much interchangeable, okay? What that means is that you can pretty much just plug someone in and out, and they pretty much can get the same production if you get good offensive line play, you know, sort of like, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles. They run a running back by committee set. The New England Patriots, they're sticking in running back after running back year after year. I mean, Tom Brady pretty much, he wins a Super Bowl pretty much every year with a new running back, okay? And look, I'm going to put a graphic on the screen because I think people need to realize something. The last 10 Super Bowl winners have all had serviceable elite defenses pretty much, okay? A very good offensive line, very good quarterbacks, but only two of them guys have had really, really good running backs as far as individuals go. That's the Seattle Seahawks and that's the Baltimore Ravens. And honestly, the Ravens, Ray Rice, I only mentioned Ray Rice because he was a driving force of that team, but Ray Rice to me was not a transcendent type running back at the time. He's not on Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley's type level, but he was the driving force of that team, so I decided to circle him and include him. So the 2 teams circled on the screen are the 2 teams in the last 10 years that have needed a great running back to win a Super Bowl. The Seahawks and the Ravens, okay? All those other teams, the Saints, who is their running back? Do you know off the top of your head? No, I'm sure you don't, okay? The Packers, who is their running back? I know who the Packers running back was, okay? But you guys probably don't. It was James Starks, okay? Who's the Broncos running back? C.J. Anderson. He's bounced around the league, okay? You can replace C.J. Anderson's production. The New England Patriots were on this list 3 times. They never had an elite, transcendent type running back, okay? The Philadelphia Eagles, they had about 3 or 4 running backs that they ran by committee, okay? So again, as far as teams winning Super Bowls, you don't need a great running back. And honestly, like I said, your running backs are as good as your offensive line, okay? You look at Todd Gurley, okay? In 2016, Todd Gurley, one of the 5 best running backs in all of football. In 2016, the guy rushed for 885 yards, okay? Only 3.2 yards per carry. Was that because Todd Gurley sucked? No. It was because Todd Gurley's offensive line was terrible. Once they got the offensive line fixed, the guy never missed a beat. The guy was well over 4 yards per carry each of the last 2 years, okay? Elite running back production out of Todd Gurley, okay? And then the same with David Johnson of Arizona, okay? He averaged 3.6 yards per carry this past year, okay? Well below his usual average of over 4, okay? But the first 2 seasons he came into the league, when the Arizona Cardinals were competing for a Super Bowl championship, when they had a very good offensive line, he was well over 4 yards per carry. So again, Ezekiel Elliott is going to thrive wherever he goes, guys. He's going to thrive wherever he goes because he's such a special talent at the running back position, okay? Obviously, Ezekiel Elliott helps your offensive line. He can just run through tackles. He can hurdle over people, okay? But in reality, Ezekiel Elliott is even still benefiting from this great Cowboys offensive line. I'm sorry, if you put Ezekiel Elliott behind the Texans offensive line, he's not going to lead the league in rushing. I guarantee you guys. Unless he gets close to 400 or 500 carries, I will not bet money that Ezekiel Elliott will lead the league in rushing on the Houston Texans behind that terrible, atrocious offensive line. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. And another thing as well. Ezekiel Elliott's production has shown that it can sort of be replaced, okay? You know, DeMarco Murray rushed for 1,845 yards in 2014 behind this Cowboys offensive line, okay? Well be known, he goes to Philadelphia and Tennessee, never the same player. So DeMarco Murray was production-wise the best running back in football behind that Cowboys offensive line. He goes somewhere else, not the same player. And another player, Darren McFadden, on the back 9 of his career, guys, had over 1,000 yards, averaged 4.6 yards per carry behind this Cowboys offensive line, okay? That's what he did, okay? And you're telling me Ezekiel Elliott's production can't be replaced, okay? This was a guy that was washed up, Darren McFadden. A guy that's on the back 9 of his career. A very productive running back behind the offensive line. Again, Ezekiel Elliott, wait your turn. You're 2 years out begging for a contract. I'm sorry. Now I'll say this right now. Ezekiel Elliott is more valuable to the Cowboys than most teams. They love to run their offense through Ezekiel Elliott. But a lot of people are saying, don't change your offense. Well, you don't need to change your offense. What you can do is just trade Ezekiel Elliott right now while he still has a ton, and I mean a ton of value, and get a bunch back from him, okay? You can get a boatload of Ezekiel Elliott back right now. And then What if Dak Prescott potentially doesn't perform well this year? Then are you going to pay him $30 million? I don't know. Maybe there's questions, because let's be real, guys. Look, like I said, you don't need to change your offense, okay? You could potentially get a boatload of draft picks and draft a Jonathan Taylor or a Travis Etienne. Heck, Alvin Kamara was not even a first-round pick. David Johnson was not a first-round pick. Le'Veon Bell, not a first-round pick. Jordan Howard, not a first-round pick. Dalvin Cook, not a first-round pick, okay? Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, not first-round picks. These are all very good, productive running backs. Now, obviously, they are not on Ezekiel Elliott's level. I get it. But again, the last 10 winners of Super Bowls, only 2 of them have had great elite production from their running backs and great transcendent type running backs, at least from a production standpoint, okay? That's just the reality situation. Running backs do not win Super Bowls. Adrian Peterson won the MVP of the league a couple years, guys. His team did not even win a playoff game. They didn't even win a playoff game. They did not even win a playoff game. The MVP of the league for a running back, Adrian Peterson, did not win a playoff game. I'm sorry. So Ezekiel Elliott, I'm sorry. Go out and play. I'm sorry. Now, look, if you want to stay in Dallas, that's fine. But don't try to get a contract right now. I applaud Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is showing signs that, hey, he said, look, you don't need an elite running back to win a Super Bowl. You don't. You just don't. The facts show it. The facts do show it. And the Cowboys roster is constructed. I want to keep Byron Jones. I want to keep DeMarcus Lawrence. You already did that. I want to keep Amari Cooper, who made Dak Prescott look serviceable. I want to keep Jalen Smith. I want to keep Leighton Van Der Esch, okay? And honestly, for financial reasons, again, if you can avoid paying Ezekiel Elliott as much money as you can, at least 2 years early, okay? Because he's cutting in front of people in line, okay? Dak Prescott's going to want roughly, at the very least, $32 million. You want to know why? Because like I said, Dak Prescott has won the second most games since he's entered the league beside Tom Brady. The guy was a 4th-round pick. Ezekiel Elliott was a 1st-round pick, guys. Ezekiel Elliott is making bank still, okay? Even with the 1st-round pick money. Obviously not what he would get if he got a big contract, okay? But either way, Dak Prescott, a 4th-round pick, not making anywhere near the same amount of money. And then you got guys like Matthew Stafford, who got paid a boatload of money. Okay, what has Matthew Stafford done? Matthew Stafford has not even won a playoff game. Dak Prescott, check. Okay, you got Kirk Cousins, okay? Kirk Cousins, has he done anything? Has he won a playoff game? Nope, Dak Prescott has. Check. Okay, Jimmy G. What has Jimmy G done to warrant such a big contract? Well, honestly, you pretty much had to pay Jimmy G because that's what the market demanded. That's really what the market demanded, okay? But Jimmy G, Dak Prescott, more accomplished than him. Check. Check. Has Jimmy G even won his division? Has he even won 10 games? No, he hasn't. Carson Wentz, as much as I love Carson Wentz, was going to be the MVP of the league until he got hurt, okay? He hasn't won a playoff game. Okay, he's won the division once. He was not the guy that won the Super Bowl. It was Nick Foles. Dak Prescott, check. Yes. And also, Dak Prescott is the trendy thing that is uprising, guys. You don't want to invest in something that's on the downgrade. The running back position is in a downgrade, okay? There are no longer GMs going out drafting a ton of running backs in the 1st round, okay? It's just not happening. But as far as Dak Prescott goes, I'm going to bet my money that Dak Prescott can get even better, okay? As much as I hate to say, as much as I'm saying I'm banking on Dak Prescott, which is terrible, because let's be real, guys. The Cowboys already butchered this situation. They're going to have to swallow whatever comes their way, okay? Because honestly, they should have been paid Dak Prescott. They should have did exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles did. They did not want to pay Dak Prescott all his money. And I will tell you right now, Dak Prescott worth nowhere near $32 million. That guy's worth around about $25 million at the most, okay? That's just the reality situation. Look at his numbers without Ezekiel Elliott, okay? The guy is a 500 quarterback. The guy's at a pass rating of 88, okay? He's not been the most productive quarterback without Ezekiel Elliott, okay? But the Cowboys, unfortunately, are going to have to swallow this. But again, as far as Dak Prescott making a leap and a big jump, the history as of recently has shown that quarterbacks in between their 3rd and 5th year take a major leap, okay? Let's look at some of the quarterbacks that have taken major leaps, okay? Russell Wilson, 4th year. Okay, 68% completion percentage, 32 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. He had a breakout season that year. Aaron Rodgers, in his 4th year, won MVP fresh off winning a Super Bowl, was the MVP of the league, and went 15-1. Breakout season. Big Ben Roethlisberger, 32 touchdowns in his 4th season. Breakout season. Okay, Cam Newton won the MVP of the league and went 15-1 in his 5th season in the league. Breakout season. Derek Carr, MVP candidate, 3rd year, breakout season, okay? Andrew Luck led the league in touchdown passes in his 3rd year, breakout season. Jared Goff, 3rd year in the league, got to the Super Bowl. So all I'm saying is that, look, guys, you've seen through DeMarco Murray, you've seen through Darren McFadden, you know the Cowboys' offensive line is elite. Ezekiel Elliott's production can at least be somewhat replaced. What I want my pass rushers. I want my elite cornerbacks. I want my guys that can cover people at the linebacker position. I want guys that can stop the run through the linebacker position, okay? I want to keep Dak Prescott in place. And I want to keep this full window for the Cowboys open, okay? Because let's be real. If the Cowboys pay Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott so much money, it's going to affect their ability to re-sign players and attract major free agents because they're not going to have enough money to sign those guys. Now, obviously, the market gets reset every year. I get it. But at the same time, if I'm choosing who I'm paying the most money to, or if I need to trade Ezekiel Elliott because the guy, let's be real, he's cutting in line. He's 2 years out of the contract, okay? I'm going to pay Dak Prescott, the mature guy, the great leader, the guy that's won a lot of games. As much as I hate to say it, I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott believer. I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott fan. Ask some of my friends. They know it, okay? I don't think Dak Prescott is an elite quarterback. I think he could eventually become one, but until he does that, he needs to prove it to me. But if I'm going to bank my money, I'm going to bank my money on Dak Prescott, okay? The numbers show that quarterbacks and great elite defenses win Super Bowls, along with elite offensive line. Running backs do not. You see with Todd Gurley. You see with David Johnson. Once their offensive lines were terrible, they weren't the same player. Same with Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott behind the Texans offensive line is not going to be the same player. So again, the Cowboys already butchered this situation. They're going to have to swallow whatever they need to do. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm paying Dak Prescott the most money. I'm not paying Ezekiel Elliott right away. I'm trading him if I need to because I can get a boatload of picks for him. And let's not forget, guys, I totally missed this point. The Cowboys traded Herschel Walker a long time ago. Okay, they traded Herschel Walker. They traded Herschel Walker at the peak of his career, okay? What they do? They got 5 players and 6 draft picks. You know who some of those players turned into, those draft picks? Emmitt Smith, Russell Maryland, Kevin Smith, and Darren Woodson. I'm just saying. That sparked the dynasty. That's all I'm saying. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm not budging with Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not paying him all that money if I don't need to. I'm betting my money on Dak Prescott for my franchise. That's a wrap for this video. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you're rocking with your boy. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. Do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. It's my favorite thing in the world to do, to make YouTube content for you guys. I appreciate all you guys that tune into my channel. I want to become a great sports analyst in the near future. That's what I want to do for a living, for my full-time job in the next couple years, okay? I'm obviously heading off to college soon, so what you guys can do to just help me grow as a channel, to help me potentially achieve my dreams, you know, to potentially get onto a big-time network, potentially maybe ESPN, Fox Sports 1, maybe some other big-time network, I don't know. I just like where this channel is going, so just help this channel grow. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on Snapchat, tell your grandma, tell your friends all about this Juice Alert channel. I appreciate all you guys for tuning into my channel today. God bless all you guys. I love you guys, and I'm Ghost.